there are some security guards at the gate, and so I don't know if we can get in. What do you guys think? Do you think they'll let us in or nah?
I'm Lauren, the video creator, and he's Lucas, the music producer. We've created an online company that helps DJs and artists start their music careers, which allowed us to quit our 9-to-5 jobs that we hated and to sell everything in LA to live around the world. Now, we live in a new country every month. I'm the one in charge of the research, travel, food, and documenting the whole experience, and I want to share it all with you.
Hello and well, good evening right now. We are headed to a ferry because we are headed over to a Scotland island called Orkney. But before that, we had to stop by this amazing ruined castle behind me because it's on the coast. On the northernmost, well, it's not the northernmost tip of Scotland, but it's pretty dang close. Anyway, so I thought I'd, stick in some amazing drone footage and get you guys excited for our trip to Orkney Islands and what the islands have to offer. So roll the footage and let's go. Enjoyed that drone footage. It's epic. We are now on the island. We are on Orkney Island. We took a ferry over and actually it was quite the experience. I didn't film any of it because I'm gonna film it on the way back when it's bright out. It was actually nighttime, so it's not as good footage, I don't think. So if you stay to the end of this vlog, your special treat is the ferry footage. And let me tell you, it was an experience. It looked like a cruise ship on the inside. It was crazy, and we drove our car onto it, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna vlog it on the way back. Anyway, we are here today doing tons of historical ruins, as is Scotland famous for, but Orkney Islands is special and unique in the way of they have so many on one small island that it's like a marvel. It's like a archaeological marvel, and tons are from 5,000, 4,000 years ago. So really, really old stuff, really cool. So I'm gonna show you guys some of that. And then tomorrow is all about the distilleries here. Yes, they have whiskey on this island. So very exciting stuff. And we are here at our first location, which is a cairn. So I'm gonna find out about what this mound of stuff is. Oh, I think you get to go inside, Lucas. Another one of those. So we found it in this particular cairn. There were human remains found into like behind little rocks in the main area, which we're about to go in and see. And then in the side area, there were 2 crouching skeletons fully put together. So that's the entrance. And we're going in. Lucas, you're gonna have to be flashlight person again. I think it opens.
Try it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can go in. Yeah. Yes, you can go inside. You don't need a flashlight. I think the top is open because it's bright in there. Yeah. I always have to film Lucas coming into these things because he's so much taller than me. Come on in.
If I get stuck, you can call the vet.
You're gonna be fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, modern roof.
Yeah, they like did the roof so that it would stay together. But so these are the little compartments. People tagged this in 1878. 1800, someone tagged it.
Oh man.
Man, tagging has like 1890. Wow, tagging's been around forever. 1891. You guys, these are Neolithic stones. How could you? So this is where all the different human remains they found were in all these different like little areas. Wow, this is an interesting one.
There's better cell service in this cairn than there is in our hotel room.
Oh, this is where the 2 crouching skeletons were found. It's like quite the hangout room, but a burial place from 4,500 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we are at the Standing Stones here in Orkney. I'm going to show you those momentarily, but there are some security guards at the gate, and so I don't know if we can get in. What do you guys think? Do you think they'll let us in or nah? They're so cute.
Okay.
Oh. They're letting us in. Oh, this one's walking all like, come on, you just woke me up. There's the Standing Stones right there. Oh gosh, I think they accidentally got locked in here. I think that's accidental because someone probably left the...
He wants a little scratch. What the?
Oh wow, he's using that as a scratching post. All right, let's see how they react when we come in. Probably gonna be like, really? Maybe we should let them out. No, that's true, but maybe they'll make it back to their farmer's house. Oh, there's some poop. Watch out. There's some sheep poop. Oh gosh, they're pooping everywhere. Look at Lucas over there. Looking all cool. There's the sheep. They just want to leave. They don't like that we're here now. This is their place. These are the tallest standing stones I've ever seen. That's Lucas. He's like 6'2", 6'3". And it goes all the way up. That is tall. I do not know how they got him up. I do not know. They're gigantic. They really are. It's crazy.
They're missing some, though.
Yeah, they're missing a lot. There used to be 12 apparently. They also said these are the oldest standing stones in Great Britain. Over 5,000 years old, which is pretty crazy. This is where they used to do the ceremonial stuff, they said. Right here in the middle. These standing stones are so tall. I don't think you guys can even tell. Good luck if you walk through there without stepping in the sheep poop, Lucas. Welcome to another standing stone circle, but this one has a lot, and it actually is the largest as a circle in all of Great Britain. So it is really big if you're here. I'll probably pop in some drone footage, of course, because I just took some, or it was before this clip. So you guys saw how big it was. It really was, or it really is. It's insanely big. Like, it takes a while to walk all the way around it. Is full of so much amazing, like they say it's geological, which is like the rocks and the sediment and the you know, soil and stuff, and archaeological, like amazing. I can't say words, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it is very, very amazing island. So that's why we came, of course, because I'm obsessed, as you can tell by these vlogs, of history and that sort of thing. Always have been, but we're just walking past some standing stones in the circle and, you know, just really taking it in. It's pretty awesome, and it's right here on this gorgeous, I mean, you cannot be sad about it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And the mountains in the distance, or hills, whatever you call them.
The reflection of the mountains in the water.
The reflection of the mountains in the water is everything. I don't know if I got good drone footage of that yet, but why are they here? No one knows. 5,000 years.
Well, this is
5,000 years old.
Who knows what it is?
What? Oh wow, that was probably a standing stone at some point.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's right, perfectly in line.
Yeah, and the standing stones here are so tall. They're so tall compared to the ones we've seen. It's absolutely insane. So I forgot to tell you guys, but what is so cool about the cairns here is that they said when Vikings were here, because the Vikings actually ruled the Orkney Islands for longer than they've been a part of Scotland, actually. So mostly, you know, Norwegian people, I guess you could say, were here. It was Norse, as they say. And so in the cairns, which was actually before the Vikings times, but they would shelter like from the winter or something cold, they'd go into the cairns because, you know, it's like warm and cozy in there and like no elements can get inside. And they would, you know, graffiti the walls. So there's like a lot of Vikings ruins, like, and it's funny because they've been able to translate what the Vikings wrote in the cairns, and they're just like, Eric Northman was here. Like, that's all that it says. It's so funny. It's just, people are the same, no matter if it's 800 years ago or what.
There was a guy did a carving really high up, and all it was translated to was, I wrote the highest carving in this wall. That's basically all it said.
So good. Anyway, whoa, thick with 2 C's.
Huh.
This stone is thick with 2 C's, as they say. Oh my gosh, wow. Also, in the cairns and these stones, they're not found locally. So they brought these stones from miles away, or from islands away, which is really crazy because they're really heavy. So how? But apparently Orkney, this island, used to be a lot warmer hundreds and thousands of years ago. So that's why people were here, and the reason why they're not anymore, why they left the cairns and the standing stones didn't live here for much longer, is because it got cold and they can't obviously grow any food, so they bounced. Oh man, standing stone on the ground. Face plant.
There was one back there that fell backwards down the hill.
Oh, so we're finding out so much cool information, and there's just more to be found. We're going to a Neolithic village. It was hidden underneath sand for thousands and thousands of years, and then the sand blew up one day and they discovered that this perfectly preserved village was underneath. So we're gonna go see like a village, a full village of the people from 5,000 years ago. So we're so excited. So we are here at Skara Brae, 5,000-year-old village. So prehistoric times. It's older than the pyramids of Egypt. So these homes are older than the pyramids of Egypt. So if you guys can wrap your head around that. And we're gonna go inside and see what their houses look like. They're perfectly preserved because, like I said, they were under sand for thousands of years. So they have their dressers still, their beds, and the fire pit and like a bunch of stuff is still all perfectly intact. It's like the equivalent, I think, to like Pompeii.
Yeah.
You know, Pompeii was like perfectly hidden and preserved. It was discovered in 1850 after a really harsh storm blew in and unveiled Skara Brae. So good choice on location, right by the sea. The stone circles around here that we've seen so far are all built by the people who lived here. So that's kind of cool. Or not the exact people, but the same type of generation of people. There's no evidence, not a written language, so not really sure just what we found archaeologically and geologically. Gosh.
So the ones that we see here, all the houses are numbered. The house is warmer if they built into the midden and things. So they would have used that to keep them warm and things. And then the whole village was covered over. Again, the beds do look really tiny. They would have had them fellow like heather and things like that, and animal skins, things to make them more comfortable, grass, dried grass.
So the dresser potentially to put food on top and to stick things in.
Food and things.
And the beds.
Probably
fire.
I think maybe with the dresser as well.
Wow. One last look, guys, of the Neolithic place. Wow, it is so amazing. I'm loving it. Hobbiton, Lord of the Rings vibes for sure. But that view though, good choice. This rock down here is where they got their like standing stone rocks and how they built most of the buildings here. It's just the sediment that built up over time underneath the water. So Lucas was saying like, wow, look at how many standing stones are ready to be stood up. So she was saying how the granddaughter of the guy who discovered it in 1850 used to come and play in them like as a dollhouse, like playhouse thing. And I'm like, so jealous because that's like my dream. This is a replica house of what it would have looked like if you were actually down in it, since when like we could only view them from above. This is what it would look like if you're actually in it. So fire here, bed here, dresser here. So we were at an earth house. If you've watched any of the other vlogs, you know what it is. It's an underground like area of storage. And this one's quite interesting because
it was found with a large quantity of human remains.
Oh no. You have to go down this to get there. So are you excited to go inside?
Not when it says it contained a large quantity of human remains. Haunted for sure. The remains of up to 19 people were found in the south terrain.
Oh gosh.
An unturned skull can be seen at the foot of the pillar. When discovered, the jawbones
also, this cat is our best friend.
Placed underneath the upturned skull. Yeah, this cat's been following us around.
Do you think this cat ever goes down there?
Yeah.
So, this is where they found the human remains, down here. Finally made it down. This is like the main area right here. They're not sure what it was used for. They think probably storage of stuff, like I told you in the last vlog, but human remains were actually found in this one, so. That was scary.
Was it?
A little bit. It's so dark and
You
wet
survived.
and green down there.
You don't have to close it yet, it stays open. Okay.
Okay, that was quite the experience. Wow, we've done a lot. Like, we've only actually filmed a few things that we've done today because it's just like, how many cairns can you see? But I thought that was such an interesting earth house we had to show you. There's our friend, or is that the different cat? You can see the cats in there. Look, there's one. There's one up there too that you can sort of see. Aww. She saw Lucas leaving and ran after him. Oh, I knows. Oh, I knows. Come on. Aw, she's coming with us. She actually really likes Lucas. Aw. Here on Orkney Island. Today's a great day because today is all about the distilleries, and we're here at our first one actually to try some whiskey. Highland Park Distillery. Lucas has already tried this before, but he hasn't tried all of them, so it's gonna be very exciting. We're going on a tour. This looks very Harry Potter-ish.
98.
Wow, that's a while. It literally looks like Harry Potter. Like, I love this distillery. It's so cute.
Again, this is not for sale in the UK. It is for sale in the United States, and this is the full volume. So yeah, so that's the full volume bourbon cask, and the main difference, it's an 18-year-old whiskey that's in there.
Okay, we just got out of the distillery tour. It was very tasty. We learned so much about Highland Park. It was really cool. I was only allowed to take pictures on the tour, but they actually still scoop their grain, while most places just have it shipped in. They actually do it themselves on site, which is crazy. I mean barley, sorry about that.
Malt the barley.
They malt their own barley, which is part of the
floor.
distillation process of whiskey. You're learning more and more about Orkney and how cool it is, and how they're all descendants from the Vikings, which is really neat and stuff. So a lot of history here. I'm walking through a cemetery right now, in case you're wondering. There's a old cathedral. I think it was built in the 1100s, and it's so cool. We're just looking at that right now because we're killing time before our next distillery tour. We thought, why not take a look around town and see what it has to offer. Very exciting stuff. Can't wait to see what Scapa Distillery, that's the next one we're going to, how it's unique and different and cool. In case you can't tell, it's a little cold, a little windy, but that's all right. That's Scotland for you. We just found out the cathedral's from 1137, so it's almost 1,000 years old, basically, in like 100 years. 900 years? What's the math on that? Anyway, and I caught the bells ringing while we were inside the church, which was really cool. Good time in there, checking it out. Now on to some whiskey.
So you have so 3 glasses in front of you there.
Oh, that's interesting.
I would imagine that you would get people that would really like this that wouldn't like stronger whiskeys or like more like intense whiskeys. They'd probably like this a lot.
Scapa was fun. That distillery was really cool because they're just really old school with everything. It was funny to hear them. They're like, we kind of just tape this up until, you know, we can afford to buy a new one. Such good whiskey. So, you know, appearances and everything, honestly. It works, yeah. So we're here at another earth house. This one is like a little mound, and it's down there, and we had to get the key from a local like knitting shop to even go inside. So
Where's my key?
Lucas is scared as always. He's very scared of earth houses.
Here's the key.
This is the key. Oh, there we go. This is the key that we had to get, so we opened it up. I don't know if we have to open this one up.
Might need wellies.
We'll see. Oh gosh, this one's deep.
Scary.
Torch, please return to the box. I think we need to grab one of those. It's not a good torch. It's really dead, this torch. Oh my gosh, you guys. Would you go down one of these? I think you're used to them by now if you've watched any of the vlogs. Lucas never wants to go down on these. He's always so scared. This one you have to crawl to get in, though.
That's true.
But, oh, or do you? Oh, shit. You do have to crawl, and you have to crawl a long time.
This is me.
You guys,
I ain't crawling.
I need to show you how far you have to crawl to get in this earth house. Okay, can you guys see how deep that is? That's how far you have to crawl. And Lucas says he refuses to go. Why do you refuse to go?
I don't want to get dirty.
Is that really it, or are you scared?
Look at these sexy jeans.
No one can tell. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. Lucas, don't leave. You're supposed to watch the door.
I'm here. I'm gonna watch the door.
No, stay in here. Okay, just stay there. It's so scary. Don't leave. Oh gosh. These earth houses don't play games. They're very scary. Oh gosh. This is what's in here. 1901. Someone tagged this. Someone tagged this in 1901. Very wet in here. These earth houses are super scary. It is very... It's always a bit scary in these earth houses, especially the one where there was human remains found. I don't know about this one. I haven't looked it up yet, if there's human remains found or not. I thought I would look it up after I visited it in case, so I don't get too scared. It's still scary. Jay Wallace. But Lucas refused to come in. So, makes sense. Look at that. It's the way back out. I took some pictures for you,
Okay.
so you can check it out. So I went down there, down that really long passage to that end opening area. It was actually quite spacious. Got to return the torch, which is what they call flashlights here in the UK. In case you guys were wondering and thought it was a real torch. Bye-bye Earth House, last one. Last Earth House of the Scotland trip, really. I don't think there's any more on the list, so bye. Weird creepy dungeon cellar thing. Okay, this is a map of what I did. So we went down the stairs right here, and then I went down this long tunnel, as you guys saw, and in the room were these pillars, and all of this is original. These pillars were used to hold up the ceiling, so thankfully they still are working. But bye-bye. All these like thousands-year-old things are always like in the middle of places. Like this one is in the middle of this like industrial area. That's the Earth House right there. Good morning. We are waiting in line here at the ferry to drive the car on. That's the ferry right there, and it is raining, yes. And this is how you do it. You just wait in a long line after you check in your car, and then you go and park it, and we'll show you that too. This is the scariest part when you drive over the water.
Expecting a little bit of motion was it northwesterly swell, so can I please ask that you take care of removing the vessel, especially when transit up and down stairwells. Use handrails where provided.
If you could remain on deck 5 and listen for a further announcement. And if you need any assistance, just come to reception. On behalf of the captain and crew, we'd like to wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey, and thank you for choosing to travel with Orkney Ferries.